Welcome back to Eyewitness News here on the KSCW. Our legal counsel, Charlie O'Hara, here in the studio with us again this morning. If you have a question, call us, 436-1212. Good to see you again. Charlie, you said still nice and warm outside.
It is. It seems real nice, but I believe what we're being told that it's going to get a little cooler.
It's all a trick. All right, we're going to go ahead and head to the phones. We have a few callers on the line ready to talk to Charlie. Go ahead, caller. What's your question this morning? Are you there? Go ahead, caller. What's your question for Charlie?
Yeah. Is it
You're on the air? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mr. O'Hara, I got a question. If you file a divorce in one county and you find out that the spouse that you divorced has family that works in the clerk of the district court, and every time you go to court, the judge seems to favor the spouse that you filed the divorce against, is there any way to change that divorce, get relief from that court to go like to Sedgwick County or another one?
Well, actually there is a mechanism to do that. I don't know that it completely applies in the case that you have by someone just working in the clerk's office, and the fact that the judge isn't ruling your way is not a reason to change the districts or the judge. But if you think someone is biased against you and you have some proof of that or some reasonable belief of that, you can file an affidavit with the court. The court can consider that. We call it recusal, where they take themselves out of something. And if the judge doesn't take himself out or herself out, then you can go to the head judge of that district and they'll make a decision. It doesn't happen very often, but it could happen. Usually a judge is under a duty, if a judge finds out that people that he thinks people will perceive him not being fair or her not being fair, they're supposed to get out of the case. And most judges will do that. They don't want to be perceived as being unfair for personal reasons. They want to make judgments based on the facts.
Okay, thank you, Charlie. Good question. All right, we're going to head back to the phones. Another caller on the line. Go ahead, caller. What's your question for Charlie today?
Yes, my wife left around the 28th of September and took my two daughters with her. I'm currently trying to get her served, and we have been unable to reach her. And so what do I do? You know, how long does it take before, you know, something else happens? I don't know where she's at, and we can't get her served. It's been like over a month now.
Well, I don't know. That's a rather unusual situation. Usually people, especially in today's society, can be traced to somewhere because they're using cell phones, credit cards, different things that allows you to or even a computer that allows you to trace where they are. So I think what you probably need to do is hire somebody to try to find her. There's people that are professional process servers, and they'll get out and trace all those things and try to find someone. And I would think that that would be what you need to do in that instance. If you can never find somebody, then you can actually serve them by publication, by putting it in the newspaper. There's a procedure to do that. You'd have to get with an attorney to do that.
Okay, thank you, Charlie. We're going to head back to the phones for one more call today. Go ahead, caller. What's your question for Charlie?
Okay, my daughter's dad was murdered in gang violence, and he was really never in her life, and I want to get her name changed, her last name.
Well, I think you could do that if you wanted to. The courts will allow you to change your name. We always hear about movie stars or athletes changing their name to some catchy thing so they can get some publicity. But you can go to court and actually change it. You could probably do it yourself. It would probably be easier to have an attorney help you. It'd be a little smoother, but you could do that, especially with gang violence. That may be something you really want to consider.
In this type of situation, if there is no father to contest it, is it usually pretty simple, or do they have to go through the same proceedings?
I think they have to go through the same proceedings, but obviously the father being deceased would be a factor and probably make it a little smoother.
Okay, thank you, Charlie. Good to see you again.
Okay.
Take care, stay warm.
I'll try.